So we're now in this out-of-body experience. This trauma is now over. Like, what happens next? So it's over. I wouldn't say that you're free again. How has it then changed your way of thinking? Like, this has happened where I had no control, I had no say, I had to leave myself in order to deal with it. Like, what happens then? You get up. Well, I don't know what happens. Mm-hmm. So you get up, I'm assuming. You leave. Mm-hmm. Like, what happens next?
You're free. You get up, you feel like you're free because they're finished. Business is over. Doors unlocked. You're free to go. So when I'm free, I'm still racing to get home, in my mind thinking about what just took place. Even guilt sometimes happens because you kind of start blaming yourself, saying, well, I shouldn't have been here, or I shouldn't have went there. So it's kind of like a guilt that, you put on yourself, and you kind of keep it to yourself if you're used to not speaking up. You hold these things in, so it's just you with this trauma that took place in your life.
So you now feel responsible. So you're in this stage of where you think you're the one responsible. So to someone out there who has made it through that and they're feeling responsible, like this is their fault, like what is some advice you could give them as to why it isn't, to help them better understand that they're the victim?
I would first say that, for one, it isn't your fault. If something happened to you, it wasn't because of you. You had nothing to do with what took place. You just happened to be a part of an experience that you didn't want to be a part of. And to open up and speak about it to somebody, and I would say the most important thing is to seek out some type of help, some type of assistance, some type of guidance, a counselor, someone you really, really trust, and pour out that experience so that they can help you through this trauma. Because it's not easy, but it's definitely not your fault.
And that's what I really wanted to hit on, because I know people who have been sexually assaulted, and that's the one thing I always hear, like them take ownership, and I never understood. So that's why I really wanted to be like educated on this topic and really share it, because I feel like so many people take ownership and are embarrassed that they're not sharing it because they think it's their fault, because just in life, taken away from the sexual assault, I feel like we always take blame for anything. Failed relationships, yes. Not working out with families, anything. Yes. It's always, oh, I did this, and it's like, okay, so what did they do? I feel like it's a thing that we do, just blame ourselves.
Yeah, that's true.
So, as always, we're now going to go into the healing, because healing is very important when you go through something traumatic such as that. So this has happened to us, and we're now feeling lost. We're now taking ownership for this thing that has happened to us. Like, how do we heal? Like, what's the steps that it takes to reach out to somebody that you love, that you trust? Because sometimes, in my opinion, I feel like it takes a while to even be comfortable to even share that with someone like a best friend, or with your mom, or with a counselor. Like, do you have to get to a state where you are willing to share? Like,
yes, absolutely. I feel like there's gonna come a time where you're gonna want to release what's going on inside of you. And that's going to send you on a journey to healing and looking for resources or people. And they're going to show up. And when they do, that's when you surrender or you speak about these things. That's what I did for myself. I said, something's going on inside and I need some type of healing. I was searching for healing and I came across a lady who specialized in healing, natural healing. And when I went to her, she had a story similar to mine. And I was able to, from hearing her story, I felt comfortable enough to share my story. And I kept going back for sessions, and that helped me. And I had a whole lot of work to do. And the work was just writing out, I forgive myself for blaming myself. I did this 75 times on a sheet of paper or just over and over different things that helped me to heal. So that's some of the things I did.
So before the healing starts, is there a stage where you like self-destruct? I know that some people can actually go down, like sink to the bottom before they go up, meaning being suicidal, hurting themselves, hurting others because they're hurt. Like,
Right.
Is that a stage, would you say?
For me, I didn't like self-destruct in a way where I wanted to, kill myself or treat other people disrespectful, I would say. It was more so just me to myself and taking in all of this. So maybe harming myself by not sharing or keeping things in and not being so true, or where those people are saying, well, what's up with her? What's going on with her? Well, I'm in my own little space because I don't want to be bothered, and I don't want to, project anything onto other people or how I'm feeling. So I know that a lot of people would, want to commit suicide and things like that, but it was quite the opposite for me. It was, I'm just not bothering with people, and I'm just to myself. And yeah, I just went through it on my own, basically.
And I know you mentioned this already, but I just kind of want to reiterate as we're going into a closing. Like, you handled the situation internally, so you did it by yourself, and of course you had people after you got to the point where you were comfortable with coming out. So what are some things that you would tell someone who has experienced this, whether male or female, ways to deal with it internally? And is there anyone that you want to thank for helping you through this situation? And I'll let you take it away.
Yes. So I would say journaling is always good. So write out what's going on. Just any chance that you can get, just write out some things. People use music too. That's another form of healing. So music, writing, whatever it takes. And the information for the people who helped me was Inner Journeys. Two beautiful ladies, Kathy and Sheila. And you can find them on Instagram at Inner Journeys and Facebook at Inner Journeys as well.
Alright. So thank you so much for coming back and doing this segment where we're talking about listening to our intuition, and getting help after such an event. And I want to thank you again for coming on. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I want to hug.
Yeah, we always hug. Thank you.
And thank you all for tuning in, and I hope we help. Again, it's not your fault. You are the victim. Get help. And we'll have some credits rolling at the end of other resources that you can reach out to. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one.
Bye.